Hey everyone, Brian from Workshop Addict, and today we're going to take a look at Ridgid's new 12-volt palm impact screwdriver. This is model number R8224K, and it is a very interesting little impact screwdriver, mostly because there is no trigger. This unit is actually variable speed, and it's all done by the amount of pressure that you put on the fastener. You can drive or loosen fasteners by simply pushing, and the farther you push, the harder it's going to drive, or the harder it's going to back out your fastener. Cool system. And first off, you think, well, it might be here. It's going to kind of be a little more comfortable because you can get your hand to different places. And my mind goes back to a lot of people might have some sort of issue with the way that you hang on to a normal impact driver, especially when you're trying to get inside boxes or do work in fine woodworking where you're in awkward positions. I think this unit could really help out with that, as the different places that you've put your hand over it in different ways to apply pressure might relieve some of your joint pressure and help different people out who might have trouble using the normal impact driver. This is not going to be an impact driver that you're going to go build a deck with. We actually tried just to see if it would put in a 4-inch lag, and we got about halfway in and it stopped. It's basically because of the specs. This isn't designed to be a professional tool that's going to be brought out every day on the job site. The tool basically has a no-load RPM of 2,000. It's 2,900 impacts per minute with 400 max inch-pounds of torque. So this isn't designed to go out and be used as a deck tool all day. It's going to be for the guy who either doesn't have an impact driver at home, doesn't have a big use for it, but does a lot of woodworking and would like a little bit more of that fine finesse in finishing. You can control this very easily just because there's not a lot of power behind it. Don't get me wrong, you can still put in a lot of screws. We put in well over 85 2-inch deck screws into 4x4s, just testing it out on one battery. And you have a lot of control to get them exactly flush, but it's not going to go out and just power them in. It's meant for a different application. And I still think it goes back to a little bit of the grip. You have a different way of hanging onto this tool than you would a normal impact driver. So this might fit a lot of people who are trying to get into boxes, or if you have a little bit of joint pain or different issues using a standard impact driver, this might fit you a lot better. The hex grip texture on top is great for hanging onto it. In fact, if we did a little quick test on who could reach the highest and put in a screw that was already started, just kind of drive it a little more, and compared to a normal impact driver, this one wins. Just because you can hang on to it in different fashion and there is no trigger to pull. Just a different setup. Now, you change the direction of drive control up front, you can have it in lock. The downside to having it in lock, and I have the LED light on now because I pushed it, is it's meant for putting it in your toolbox or your bag, carrying it with you, not worrying about battery loss or it running. But as you can see, when we push the basically trigger, or you push the drive in here to go, even in lock, the LED light turns on. So that could drain your battery over a long period of time. Changing directions of drive control is up front. It's going to be a two-handed operation. After a while, ours is pretty tight. In one finger doesn't exactly do it. You can get it to work over time, but I think it's meant so you don't bump it. You're putting it in somewhere, you're not going to bump this and change directions. You can push a button on the bottom, and it will turn on your LED light, and if you push and hold the button, it'll also give you your battery fuel gauge. Very nice little addition that they have here. Initially we were thinking, what's this trigger for? Because once you have the LED light on, it just turns on the battery. Cool place for it. It makes you feel like it's actually the trigger, but once you get used to it, you know exactly what it does. Excellent design and very comfortable. Again, this is going to be a niche tool, so it's not going to be for somebody who's going out as a contractor and just piling in a lot of deck screws. But if you're doing some fine woodworking, you don't have an impact driver and are looking for something that's very affordable and maybe a little different, take a look at this. Thanks for your time, guys. Stop over at Workshop Addict. We have a blog and forum over there. Give us a like, even if you don't like this tool, and subscribe to our channel. We'll keep you up to date on different tool news, different projects we have, and just some fun that we're having in our shop. Check us out on social media. We try to keep you up to date on what's happened currently in our shop. Again, thanks for your time. Have a great day.